Welcome to Sisters of the Shadows, where mystery meets meaning. Together, we'll explore stories that spark curiosity and connection. Step into the circle, the shadows await.
Welcome back to Sisters of the Shadows. Today, we're stepping into one of my favorite corners of the paranormal, cursed objects. These are the stories that make you second guess every antique shop, every thrift store find, and every mysterious box someone tries to hand you. We're pulling inspiration from Cursed Objects by J.W. Ocker, which dives into history, folklore, and the chaos surrounding some of the world's most famous items. And trust me, these three today are intense. So let's get into it.
Thanks, Jada, and welcome back to our listeners. Get ready because this season we're diving into some truly wild stories. Honestly, some of them should have probably stayed buried. It's fascinating how people keep cursed items in their house. I mean, who wants that kind of energy hanging around? But that's what makes these tales so intriguing, and I can't wait to share them with you.
Before we dive in, I have to say I'm not touching anything older than me. Nope, not cursed, not haunted, not even slightly spooky. Especially if it's been sitting in a box collecting bad vibes for decades. So let's start with one that freaks me out the most, the Dybbuk box. Seriously, if something comes with warnings, mysterious happenings, and a reputation for ruining lives, I'm equal parts terrified and nosy. And yes, I might have Googled it multiple times.
So, starting with one of the most talked about cursed items of the last, 20 years, the Dybbuk box. This story blends Jewish folklore, some personal testimony, and a whole lot of mystery. Erica, walk us into the history behind this creepy box.
Yes. Today, we're diving into the mysterious world of the Dybbuk box. Originating from Jewish folklore, this box is said to contain a malevolent spirit known as a Dybbuk, which can possess and wreak havoc on its owner. Reports of eerie encounters and unexplained phenomena surrounding the box have fueled its notoriety, sparking fear and fascination alike. Its pop culture boost came when it was prominently featured in the horror movie the Possession, but it gained even more attention at Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. There, the Dybbuk box is displayed as one of the main attractions, drawing in countless visitors eager to experience its creepy aura. J.W. Ocker offers a unique perspective, emphasizing the deep cultural and historical significance behind the Dybbuk box, reminding us that it is more than just a haunted artifact, it is a powerful symbol of the unknown. So, Raya, do you think this is a real haunting or a really good story?
First off, wow, the Dybbuk box really gets under my skin. For anyone who doesn't know, in Jewish folklore, a Dybbuk box is a disembodied spirit or soul of a dead person that possesses a living host, often due to unresolved sins or unfinished business, manifesting a mental illness, strange behaviors, or speaking through the victim into exercised by a rabbi. The idea of a spirit trapped in a box waiting to cause chaos, yeah, that's a bit terrifying. It really makes you think about belief versus fear. Even if it's fake, I'm not opening it. Nope, no thank you. Something about it just feels off. I can't explain it. My intuition's been high alert just reading about it. Okay, let's move from creepy to cursed and glamorous. Because the shadows are always dark, sometimes they sparkle.
This story is creepy but interesting because it shows how belief, culture, and fear can shape an object's reputation. Whether the Dybbuk box is truly haunted or just a powerful narrative, it definitely leaves an impression, which is why it's still talked about today and has had many movies made about it. Now let's shift into something a little more glamorous. The Hope Diamond is one of the most beautiful gemstones in the world. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it is beautiful. And it's one of the most infamous. Its history is filled with wealth, tragedy, and a curse that seems to follow every owner. Raya, take us into this legend.
Next up, let's talk about something cursed and glamorous, the Hope Diamond. This legendary gem has an origin in India, and over the centuries, it passed through the hands of royalty across Europe. Every owner seemed to encounter misfortune, ruin, or scandal, and a handful of famous tragedies have been linked to everything from bankruptcy to mysterious death. Now, here's Oker's take. Many of these tragedies are probably exaggerated, and the so-called curse seems more like a story than media love to retell. Still, there's something about a diamond that's beautiful with a history that's dark that just make you wonder. Erica, I must ask you, do you think the curse is real or just sensational storytelling?
That's a really great question, Raya. I think that it's really interesting how wealth and tragedy always get mythologized, and the Hope Diamond is certainly no exception. They say it's always the pretty things that cause the most chaos, and this gem seems to spark more misfortune than joy. While some firmly believe in the curse, citing the tragic fates of its owners, skeptics argue that it's just a random coincidence, or perhaps just a little bad luck attached to a gem that costs a fortune. I don't know about you, but if I ever got my hands on the whole diamond, I'd be more worried about theft than a curse. Okay, now this next one feels like a gothic horror movie.
What I loved about this one was how the curse almost becomes a character in the story. Whether it's a coincidence or something more, the Hope Diamond has a way of pulling people into its orbit, for better or worse. Now, let's end with the story that feels straight out of a novel. This is one of those legends that makes you wonder how much truth sits inside a myth. A wedding gift, a sudden death, and a trail of tragedy that follows the base through generations. Erica, tell us how this story unfolds.
Sure. The Bossino vase is a cursed 15th century Italian silver vase. It's infamous and said to be a wedding gift to a bride who sadly passed away on the very same night she received it. Over the years, the vase changed hands through various families, each reportedly experiencing sudden deaths under mysterious circumstances. Its dark reputation drew the attention of the police, leading to the vase being buried in an attempt to end its curse. However, author J.W. Ocker offers a compelling perspective, suggesting that the story of this is likely exaggerated and may even be entirely fabricated. It's a chilling tale for sure that raises questions about the nature of legends and how they can evolve over time. Hey Raya, why do you think this story has around for so long?
What I love about the Bassano vase is why the story has stuck around so long. It's a beautiful, ornate object, but the tales attached to it are chilling. Every owner allegedly met and unt- ultimately dies after taking it home. People are drawn to it because it's a perfect mix of beauty and fear, of timeless object carrying dark stories through the generations. Over time, objects like this become symbols of danger, almost like the stories themselves are alive, warning us from the past. Even if it's not real, I'm not touching it. Some curses are best respected from a distance. And with that, let's start closing out today's dive in to the shadows.
These stories remind us that objects carry more than just physical weight. They carry history, emotion, and sometimes fear. Whether these curses are real or just powerful folklore, they've shaped the way people interact with the unknown. So we want to thank you for stepping into the shadows with us today. And next week, we're exploring haunted houses and cities, including some right here in California and Minnesota. Until then, maybe don't bring home any mysterious objects or old antiques.
Seriously, y'all, please leave the old stuff where you found it. You never know what kind of energy or history comes with those items, and trust me, that's one adventure that you might want to avoid.
Cursed items fascinate us. Beautiful objects rumored to bring misfortune. Even if it's not real, I'm not touching it. No, thank you. Honestly, if it looks cursed, it probably is. Have you ever had a spooky encounter with a haunted object? Send us your stories. We might feature them in an episode. Next week, we'll be diving into haunted locations in the West Coast and the Midwest, so sharing some of the creepiest tales we could find. Until next time, shadow listeners.
You've been listening to Sisters of the Shadows. Share this episode, follow us on TikTok, X, and Instagram, and keep the light close until next time.